Chapter 12, The Hooked Man. The wind over Skull Rock howled like a dying god. The fortress built within the split skull of a long-dead leviathan rose high above Neverland's Black Sea. Its towers were jagged, its gates rusted red. The structure pulsed faintly, alive with stolen time, fed by despair. No light touched it that was not summoned by fire or scream. Wendy had never been this close to it before. She stood at the edge of a cliff, cloaked in shadows, beside Peter and Kale. Below them, a narrow causeway of bleached bone connected the cliff to the fortress gate. There were no guards, just a single door carved with a hook and a crown. "He wants us to come," Kale said. Peter nodded. "He's waited too long to keep hiding." Wendy narrowed her eyes. "Then we give him what he wants." Inside the fortress, they entered. The interior was a twisting maze of bone and iron. The walls bled memory, echoes flickering across the stone like ghosts. A lost boy screaming, Tinker Bell weeping, a young girl singing nursery rhymes while fire consumed her hair. Wendy moved toward the central corridor. Her heart pounded with each step, not from fear, but from certainty. Hook was here, waiting. The throne room. It wasn't what she expected. The great chamber was simple: stone, flame, darkness. A single throne crafted from warped wood, and the ribs of a drowned whale sat in the center. No guards, no monsters, just Hook. He stood beside the throne, not seated but looming, back turned, staring into a mirror made of obsidian. He wore no armor now, just a long coat stitched with feathers and seams of shadow. His claw hand pulsed with faint light. His hair had turned white. His eyes were dark, sunken, too calm. Wendy stepped forward alone. "Hook didn't move. You came. You called." He turned, and Wendy froze. Because beneath the shadow, beneath the scars and madness, he looked familiar. Not in face, in presence. "Do you know who I was before the hook?" he asked. "I've seen it," Wendy said. He nodded. "But you haven't felt it." Hook stepped down from the dais, the claw clinking softly on stone. He stood close enough that Wendy could see the seam in his neck where time itself had tried to tear him apart. "I was his friend," he said. Wendy blinked. "Peter." "His first," Hook whispered. "His best. I was the first boy who followed him into Neverland. I believed in him. I gave up everything." Peter stepped forward now, face taut. "James." Hook's voice was a growl. "Don't say my name. You lost the right when you let the island eat me. I tried to save you. You tried to forget me." The room trembled. Wendy looked between them. "You loved him." Hook's eyes burned. "We were more than brothers. I followed him because I thought he could change the world." Peter's voice cracked. "We were children, James. We didn't understand." "No," Hook snapped. "You didn't understand. I did. And when I grew, when I questioned you, you turned from me. You let the island choose between us." Silence. Wendy stepped forward. "That's why you hate him." Hook smiled. "No, dear Wendy, I hate him because he won." Flashback ages ago. Two boys, one named Peter, one named James. They built Neverland together in the early hours of imagination and stormlight. James shaped the cliffs, Peter called the birds. They ruled as one. Until James asked what came after childhood. And the island answered with silence. Then with punishment. Now, Wendy stared at Hook. "Why bring me here?" He reached into his coat and drew out a silver locket. She gasped. "Her mother." He opened it. Inside, a torn picture. A younger Peter, a younger James, and a child between them. "I knew her before you were born," Hook said. "She came to me after she left him. She chose me." Peter froze. "She didn't," he whispered. Hook's voice rose. "She saw the rot in you, Pan. She saw what Neverland made of you. She tried to save me, tried to break the cycle, and you let the island devour her." Wendy shook her head. "She died protecting me." "She died because of him," Hook roared. Peter drew his dagger. "Enough." Hook raised his claw, and the room shattered. The throne exploded into splinters. Chains whipped from the walls, striking like snakes. Kale was thrown into the air, pinned against bone. And Wendy, frozen, stared as Hook's form changed. No longer just a man. His body lengthened, his teeth sharpened, his face blurred, became something between shadow and flesh. His claw twisted and grew. He had become the Hooked Man, fused with the island's oldest magic, a god of grief, a beast of memory. He charged Peter. They clashed. Steel screamed, magic flared. The chamber pulsed with light and shadow. Hook was faster now, darker, less bound by form. Peter fought with fury, but he bled from wounds that wouldn't heal. Wendy tried to move, tried to reach them, but the air had thickened into syrup. Her feet wouldn't lift. And then Hook turned to her. "Join me," he whispered. "End the cycle, burn the fairy tale." She didn't speak. Instead, she stepped forward, lifted her mother's locket and held it high. The locket blazed with light. Hook screamed. His body warped, screeching, splitting. Peter lunged and drove his dagger into the Hooked Man's chest. Silence. Then, a roar. Not of death, but rebirth. Hook fell, but he didn't vanish. He collapsed in human form, bleeding, breathing. Peter stood above him. "This isn't over," Hook rasped. Peter looked at Wendy. Wendy said, "No, but it's finally changing."